Mad Max Fury Road is the continuation of the Mad Max series and is directed by the same director, George Miller. Now 70 years old, he returned to his post-apocalyptic wasteland after 30 years and several Pig and Penguin films. In preparation for this film, I watched the original 3 Mad Max films in the last week, and I can say that they are very good, classic Australian action films. The first one is a little slow, cliched and a bit generic, but it's still a really entertaining film. The Road Warrior is the second film, and is easily the best of those original 3, and the Thunderdome is meh. This new film, however, does not disappoint, and lives up to the hype this film has been receiving from critics, with it currently holding a 98% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The film may be called Mad Max, but it is less about Max and more about Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa. The plot to the film is pretty streamlined and simple, but highly entertaining. To avoid spoiling the film, I will give a very brief summary of the plot. In a desolate, post-apocalyptic desert, Max and Furiosa, 2 rebellious figures, companion each other through the crazed desert, trying to reach the Greenland. Furiosa, Max and the brides of a warlord, Immorta Jones, attempt to escape from this warlord. Charlize Theron in this movie is great as Furiosa, who is a badass, one-handed rebel who is a person of action. Max is a man without much words. At the start of the film, he questions whether the world is more insane than him, or if he is more insane than the world. I felt that was a large part of this film for Max, was regaining his humanity and sanity. They recasted Max as Tom Hardy instead of Mel Gibson, and while Gibson will always be Max, Tom Hardy was a worthy replacement. Hardy is probably most well known for playing Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. And just as a little side note, Bane would fit very nicely into this world. Hardy is able to fill the huge shoes that Gibson has left, and does it quite well, and the fact that he was able to give a convincing Australian accent that doesn't suck also really helps. And to the sexist idiots out there that somehow think that this is a bad thing to have strong, emotional, complex female characters and this is somehow feminist propaganda, well, don't ever watch an Alien film then, because you would hate Ripley. This isn't a Michael Bay film. Women are actually people in this. Yeah, I know, how scandalous. And another thing, there is a little conflict between the male and female heroes. They work together to help fight a common cause. And while a relationship does happen, it does not focus on the love story. It's a welcome breath of air. Max is a lovely film. It has a lot of exhilarating, action-packed moments, but it knows when to have a breather. And in those calmer moments, the film really develops the characters and sets up some really rich, genuine, emotional moments where we learn about the past of these characters, who they are and what they're trying to escape from. The action in this is of course remarkable. The use of practical effects in this film is really welcoming and is done amazingly. This is how you do action in the film. Michael Bay, take note. The only issue I had was there were moments when Max is losing his blood. It is being pumped out of him into someone else's body. When he escapes from this, to someone who would have likely lost a lot of blood, he seems to a bit too energetic. A similar thing happens towards the end of the film when Max pumps his blood into Furiosa to help it save her life. What if they didn't have the same blood type? That could have turned out very badly for them, but this is merely a nitpick. Mad Max Fury Road is on your seat, action-packed, energetic film with a surprising amount of emotional moments, good acting, fantastic action. And unlike the other Mad Max films, it actually develops and gives you an insight into who the villains are. They aren't just one-dimensional, they are scary and memorable. Mad Max, to my surprise, gets an A+. Thanks guys, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.